What up, Hawk fans? This is Emma Welch here with your on-campus interview. Today I have Molly. Molly, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hi everybody, I'm Molly Eaton. I'm a student ambassador here at Dickinson State University.
And Molly also works in admissions.
I do.
I mean, I just pulled her away from her desk and said, come do an interview. So, I mean, I don't know. You guys do a lot of crazy stuff in there. I don't know what it is. I know you guys are emailing and stuff like that. But, so let's just back it up. Let's backpedal.
Yeah.
What brought you to Dickinson State?
Honestly, I was kind of having a mid-college crisis. I decided to change my major, and everybody that I talked to told me that DSU had one of the best business programs around. And I'd been up here on the weekends for some games to watch some family members play. And I loved the atmosphere. I loved how it felt like a community here. And I felt like it was a place that I could really succeed. So,
yeah. Awesome. So, as a student ambassador, as someone in the admissions office, tell me a little bit about your role so I understand it, but also so that the viewers understand what you guys do.
Yeah, so as far as student ambassadors, we are kind of, obviously it's in the name, we're ambassadors of the campus and of the activities that are going on around campus. So we give a lot of campus tours. We're really involved with new and potential incoming students. We help the admissions office with all of the new student registration days, Discover DSU days where new students can come get a feel for campus and get a head start on registering for classes, picking up their IDs, that kind of stuff. And then we also attend a lot of the events that go on campus as a club or an organization. So when there's games, when there's different lectures and talks around campus, game nights, that sort of thing, we'll go and obviously try and bring our friends and everybody we know as well so that we can grow that campus community feeling. And we also put on events of our own. We recently, just last week, had the Survivor event, which was great. I think it was Jose that won that. So $100 gift card if we ever put that on again. You guys should definitely come.
Way to go, Jose.
Yes. So yeah, and we kind of also are just an advocate for students as well. I mean, we're here to help not only incoming students get familiarized with campus, but we're also here to help everybody else and to put DSU out there.
Right, and you work in the office too. You work right with Hunter and all the admissions people, and
Yes.
So like, where is it different for you, like for ambassadors versus admissions? Like, are you just like sitting emailing people like come to DSU? Where for ambassadors you're giving tours and being on campus?
Yeah. So obviously I'm the backup if no ambassador can do it and I'm available because the admissions office is who facilitates the campus tours. And then in the admissions office, my other role is, I kind of just do whatever they need help with. I kind of go anywhere and everywhere, but I do a lot of emailing to potential students and their inquiries. I answer a lot of questions. I help make sure certain emails that are getting sent to the university go to the right departments. I answer the phone a lot. I help people when they walk in and have questions. I do a lot of visit bags. I do a lot of sending out promotional materials to schools that request them. So we get a lot of those at the beginning of the year. We kind of like to send out print materials, swag, things like that, and it kind of helps put our name out in places like Indiana, Texas, other places where we might not be as well known, but kids are going to see our pennants hanging on their teachers' walls and they're going to start asking questions. So and then I do help with the application process some, keeping in touch with students, making sure they're sending those application materials in. And I just kind of do whatever.
I mean, you do a great job. I mean, I know students from states that I didn't even think knew that North Dakota was a state.
Yeah.
I mean, I lived across the hall from a girl from Alaska. I mean, Jose is from California, for example. I mean, students come from everywhere. Like, it just blows me away how good of a job that you guys do in admissions with that.
Thank you. Yeah, and that's been our goal too, is to obviously we're drawing from North Dakota, Montana, South Dakota, Wyoming. Those are really big recruitment places for us, but we want to get everybody from everywhere that's interested in the programs we offer, because we do offer a lot of super unique programs here at a really, really affordable cost with a great campus community that I think is really hard to find in a lot of other places.
Yeah, and I mean, one of the girls that I golfed with was from Papua New Guinea, and I lived across the hall from a girl from Egypt. I mean, it's not even nationwide, it's worldwide.
Yeah.
That's
a great way to put it.
Blue Hawks are worldwide.
Yes.
So what is your favorite part about being an ambassador for DSU? Like, is there something in particular that you enjoy doing that, like, is like, oh yeah, I like doing that, I'll do that again?
Yeah, so obviously I love the other ambassadors. It's super great organization. We're all very, not necessarily close, but I feel like when we come together, it's a great atmosphere, and I think that helps potential students see what we have to offer. But I do love the campus visits and the new student registration days. Those are my favorite parts, because campus visits, for me, I love talking to people. I could do it all day, but I really could. And so when new students come to visit, I love getting to know them. It's super fun seeing kind of how small the world is. We get a lot of students from Montana, and I'm a Montana girl, so it's kind of fun to, you know, kind of see where our connections tie in. Like, oh yeah, we played you guys in high school or in the semifinals. So that's my favorite part, is getting to know new people and also building those connections and relationships for potential students. I've given a lot of tours in the past year and a half to students who have come to campus, and I've had quite a few be like, yeah, you gave me my tour. It was so fun, and it's super fun to have that relationship with people.
And you're like, I did 80 of them, so remind me of your name.
Yeah, yes, exactly. Yeah, I saw a couple kids just the other day. I said, oh my gosh, I remember you from last year. And they were, yes, okay. So yeah, I think that's my favorite part, is really just getting to connect with people.
Okay, along with that, I mean, you say you love new student registration and giving the tours. So what is like a piece of advice that you give for those younger Blue Hawks that are making the step to college? Like, what is your main piece of advice?
So for students who are like seniors in high school right now, or freshmen now?
Or like when you're giving your tours, like when you're giving tours, what are you like, like what's your number one advice?
Honestly, my number one piece of advice, I feel like I have a couple number one pieces because there's a lot of important parts, but definitely to check your email and send your stuff in on time. That's the biggest. If you can do that, seriously, I've learned if you can do that, you will succeed. You will honestly succeed in life, because if you send your stuff in on time, your life is going to be so much less stressful, and you're going to have everything done. You're going to get into the classes you want, the dorm you want, everything. And then also, I would say, go somewhere where you feel called to go. Don't go somewhere because you feel obligated to, or you're trying to follow your friends or whatever. Go somewhere that has the program that you want to be in, because if you go to a place where that doesn't necessarily have everything that you want and need, you're not going to be happy. So I think definitely sitting down and looking at what each university that you're considering has to offer and what you're looking for. Because I think if you want to have the best 4 years, you have to go to a place that's going to offer you the best.
Right. So. I mean, I'm here year 3. I wasn't sure about Dickinson State, and now I'm involved in so many things, and I really do love it. I mean, I say blue runs through my blood, and I mean, I kind of stole that from Dr. Dregseth, but yeah. The last question that I have for you, we have it on every interview. What does DSU mean to you? I do really feel like DSU to me means connection. There's, like you said, Blue Hawks are worldwide. I feel like you go so many different places and you meet people who have a connection to Dickinson State, and there's
we have pipelines from, Alaska to Arizona, everywhere, because we have alum everywhere. And our professors here and our faculty and staff are super great about getting you connected with the people you need to succeed after school. So they aren't just here to just get you through your classes, they're here to kind of get you started in life. And that's part of that campus connection that I think we really, really excel at. So.
That was a great answer, Molly. Thank you so much for being on. I mean, you really stepped up today. You really did.
Absolutely.
All right, now we're going to head in studio with Xander.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Hawk Talk. I'm your in-studio host, Xander Beeson. We have a very, very loaded house today. I'll have you guys introduce yourselves to the people watching at home.
I'm Kyle Meinecke. I'm from Sheridan, Wyoming.
I'm Jackson Whicker. I'm from Miles City, Montana.
I'm Cale, Gundlach. I'm from Great Falls, Montana.
I'm Adrien Calderon from Laramie, Wyoming.
And I'm Samaj from Little Lake, California.
We have the wide receivers of the DSU football team. Last year's episode of the quarterbacks did very well. It was one of my favorite episodes. So for the 100 Years of Football homecoming episode, I figured we would bring in my second favorite position group, bring in the wide receivers. I'll quickly ask you guys, what brought you guys to DSU?
Mainly the winning culture. I wanted to win football games. And, when it was my recruiting class, they had won 5 or 6 conference championships in a row. And the quarterback here was from my high school. So it was a real easy integration for me to come into a program where I got to win some football games.
For me, people around me mainly. A lot of people from Miles City go to DSU, and that was a big thing to help me decide to come here.
For me, it was when I came on my visit, it was just like the really tight-knit family atmosphere. I loved it. And one of my best friend's older brothers went here and played football here, so he convinced me to come here as well. And when I came on my visit, I just knew I was going to come here.
For me, I just wanted to keep playing football after high school. And definitely, like Kyle said, the winning culture was a big factor. My high school football team was horrible. We didn't win very many games, so coming to a winning culture was big for me.
I would say coming out of JUCO, was one of my only offers, and I knew that if I was going anywhere after JUCO, it was to a school that knows how to win football games.
Awesome. Kind of a little kickback, go back a little bit even further. You guys have all obviously been playing football for a long time. What made you guys start playing football?
Probably my family. I remember when I was a little kid watching football games on Sundays with my dad. It was a big deal. He's a Cowboys fan. We'd always sit down whenever the Broncos played the Cowboys. It was a big deal for us. We always got really riled up. He coached me when I was, playing PB, little guy football. And so I've just kind of always been around it. My dad's always been a really big football fan, and I wanted us to have that in common, have that relationship with my dad. So I think that's probably what kickstarted it for me.
For me, I didn't really think about playing football until 5th grade when some of my friends said that they think I'd be pretty good at it. And I was fast, so they knew that I'd be a problem on the football field. So that's what made me decide to play football.
For me, my family's very big into athletics and sports, so ever since I could walk, I had a ball in my hands. It didn't matter if it was a football, basketball, or baseball. So I've really been playing football since I was basically a baby.
For me, my family wasn't really big in athletics, so I don't really know why. I don't have a specific reason, but it was just randomly. I was in 4th grade, and I said, "Hey, Dad, I want to play football." And they were like, "Are you sure?" And I was like, "Yeah." So I've been playing ever since.
Kind of same with Cale. My family's big into athletics, and my siblings all play sports. But for me, I kind of got forced into playing football, and I didn't like football growing up. It was one of my least favorite sports, but that's how I started playing football. I kind of got forced into it. So
Awesome. one of the few big changes we had going into this season was that Coach KP joined the coaching staff as the new wide receivers coach. So what is your guys' favorite thing about being coached by him? A certain memory that's come up so far this season that really made you enjoy your time with him?
There's a lot to choose from. He's awesome. I think we all love him. One of my favorite things about him is how knowledgeable he is about it. Favorite memory, he's just great to joke around with. When we're not on the field, he's not too serious. He's really easy to just sit with and have conversations with. It's probably my favorite thing about him.
Yeah, like Cal said, his knowledge is just, it's crazy. My favorite thing about him is that he's easy to talk to and trust. Trust goes a long way. And it's when you're dealing with players and coaches. And that's one of the main things that I look for in a coach, is someone that I can trust and that knows what's best for the team and what's best for you. So yeah, that's probably my favorite thing about him.
Yeah, going off what both of them said, I really like that he himself was a receiver and he played at the highest level, whether it be Division I college football or pro. He did both, and someone with that kind of knowledge and wisdom of the position coming into us it's so helpful for us, and I think we've gotten so much better this year. Obviously, Coach Gibson was a great receivers coach too. Like, we loved him, but Coach KP, he has just a different approach to it, which I like, and I think all these guys like. And I love that he's business when we're on the field, and he wants to make us better. And then when he's off the field, he can have a nice civil conversation with us, and it's not always just football. Like, we can just all be ourselves around him.
Yeah, I really like that he shows that he truly loves us and cares about us. He's put in so much work for us, and he's definitely gotten us better as a group. And so super thankful for that. And I just really like how real he is. He's going to be straight up with you when he's coaching, and straight up when you're just talking to him off the field about something else in life. You can talk about anything with him, and it's super cool, and just really enjoy him.
My favorite thing about KP would be how determined he is. He's determined to make us great, and he holds us to such a high standard. So, we live up to that standard, and if we do, then we'll be great as well.
Awesome. Well, I don't know if you guys can tell just by looking at you. You guys look kind of down. Let's put some smiles on. You're going to have to throw an audible in here. Tell me a fun fact about yourself that someone at home may not know about you.
Oh gosh. I was just talking to these guys a little bit about this before. I used to travel a lot. I had my 5th birthday in South Africa on a hunting safari.
That's sweet.
Fun fact about me, I'm originally from Haiti.
Fun fact about me, these guys probably know, but maybe not everyone else. I'm a big movie and film nerd.
I didn't know that about you.
In my free time, I like to watch movies, and then I rate, log, and write reviews on almost every movie I've ever seen, and I think I'm at a little over 1,100.
Oh my god!
Right now.
It's like that. Fun fact about me, I can solve a Rubik's Cube in under a minute. I can guarantee it. Anytime, solving a Rubik's Cube, no matter what, I can solve it.
For me, here's a little small one. My name is James Backwards, and I also like to cook. I can cook really good.
So tough. Kind of kicking it back to what I said earlier. 100 Years of Football celebration is this weekend. Homecoming, always a big deal, but this one even bigger with it being 100 years. Cale, you guys have been here a little bit longer. Some of you guys, you've been here before. This may not be something you've seen before. What are kind of your thoughts going into this weekend of knowing we're going to have a lot of people, a lot of former alumni coming back for this game?
I love it. I'm really excited. One of my favorite parts about homecoming every year, and as we get closer to the 100, it's gotten more and more involved with bringing in alumni and old football players. As after the game, they're all on the field, they're in the locker room with us. We always get a really great pregame speech before it, and it's really touching to see how invested in us those guys are. And that's one of my favorite things, to see all those guys back here and see how much they still love and care about the team and are invested in what we do.
For 100 years of football, it's going to be huge this year. We've been talking about it for the past couple of years, and it's going to be great. A lot of alumni is coming back. It's where they played. I think as a team, we take a lot of pride in that, just having those guys come back to watch us play, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm super pumped for it. It's always like what Jackson said, that it comes with a lot of pride knowing that there's so many years of prior DSU football players coming back to watch this game, and it having such an involved week, all like with practice and things after practice, the game, obviously there's just so much stuff going on this week. It's just going to be so fun, and I'm really looking forward to playing in front of 100 years of players in DSU football.
Yeah, I'm super excited. I think the energy is just like even higher than it is for this week, just because it's homecoming and we know it's going to be a big game and a big crowd, and so I think preparation is important for us, and just there's more energy in the preparation for this game, and I'm just getting ready to put on a show for the community, and also I think it shows too. I haven't been here obviously a long time, but I've noticed every year on homecoming, like it really brings an awareness to the support that there is with the alumni, and like there's a true community behind us. 100 years of community behind us, so that's super cool.
I'm excited. 100 years of football, it's kind of crazy to think about, and I'm very grateful to be a part of it, to play in a game like that. You only get 100 years of football, and very grateful to be a part of that. All the fans and everyone that's going to be there, it's really exciting.
Yeah, I kind of pulled some numbers about what the U.S. looked like about 100 years ago in 1925. Obviously not too many questions here, just kind of give you guys perspective, the fans' perspective as to what America looked like 100 years ago. There's about 115 million people in the United States as opposed to just over 340 million now. Gas was 21 cents a gallon, about $3.60 now. The average family income, $1,300 back then, $74,000 now. Obviously, DSU football, the first game was against Glendive High School. Crazy, you can tell we were playing Glendive High School. We played Webo High School. And then I had I think the most interesting fact, fellow Hawk Talk host Chris Kistler was starting his freshman year at DSU. So that's really good. Obviously, like you guys said, it's a huge deal. There's going to be a lot of people. So if you're watching at home, make sure you come to the BAC this Saturday, watch the homecoming game against Dakota State. All right, now we'll kind of kick around, have a little more fun in this interview. We did this with the quarterbacks. They had a good time. The most likely to, I didn't bring the pieces of paper with names on, so I'll just have you guys point to who you think is the most likely to. We have 5 questions here, so we'll get started with the first one, pretty easy. Most likely to forget some sort of equipment for an away game. This is not including me. I forgot my gloves on Saturday, so we're not going to talk about that, but most likely to.
It's gotta be wet, bro.
Can I hear why it would be wet?
Irresponsible.
Yeah, here we go. That's why I had to say that, and I think he's just gonna be locked in all the time.
Not locked in.
You should see his locker. I'm right next to it. I think we got the 2 dirtiest lockers, so like one of us forgetting something for sure.
Wick, this is a show of honor, so I will let you defend yourself.
They're right.
All right, okay. Next one. Who is the most likely to survive the longest in a zombie apocalypse? We're kind of going everywhere. Kyle, who are you pointing at? You pointing
I'm
at?
pointing at Cale, just because he's got to have seen the most zombie movies, right? So he's got to know what's going on.
Wick, who'd you point at?
Me.
They were the next. Okay.
I pointed at Kyle. I think he's the oldest and he has the most wisdom. And I don't know. I just feel like Kyle, he just know how to survive. He'd raid some grocery stores, so he'd be prepared.
Yeah, I said Cale too, just because I'm with Kyle like on the zombie movies. Like I feel like he's got some ball knowledge. Just how to survive like a fox.
I pointed at Adrien and Kyle. I just feel like they're the smartest out of all of us, so they'll be really aware of the situation.
Rough in Wyoming, man. We know how to live.
This next one, when I was writing this one, I didn't even know who I would pick for this one. Who is the most likely to make a joke in a serious moment? Wick, it's a show of honor.
I don't they're right. I don't take things seriously sometimes, but it can be a good thing too. You know, find the good in the bad type of situation.
He's kind of our comedic relief in meetings. You know, him and coach banter back and forth a little bit. So
Don't count out Samaj for that one either. He likes to mix in a little giggle here and there.
This one was one of my favorite ones I asked the quarterbacks because after I asked them, 2 of them ended up getting engaged. We're not going to include Kyle for this one because Kyle's already engaged.
Okay.
But who is most likely to get married first out of you 4?
I'd probably say one of these 2.
That's a hot choice of Samaj. I guess Samaj is good. We'll kind of go around. Samaj, who'd you pick for that one?
I picked myself. I'm a lover boy. I used to like getting married, so I think I'll probably be the person out of all of us.
Kyle, who'd you pick?
I picked Adrien. He's just a likable guy, you know. Make somebody happy here pretty soon.
I could see that. You guys are all likable guys.
Hey, Xander.
I'm not picking Wick for this one.
It's definitely not Wick, son.
Jake probably be the last to get married.
That's why I was going to kind of turn that around. Most likely to get married last.
Me, that's crazy. That's crazy.
I know I agree with someone. I think Cale's too locked into the movies, man. He's too locked into the movies. Like we've had conversations on the buses in the locker room about like love lapping girls, and Cale will come up like, "Yo, did you see this movie?" It's pretty good. Last one we have, most likely to sleep through an AM meeting. Coach KP hits you guys. Meeting in the locker room, 8 a.m. Who's the most likely to sleep through that? Okay, we kind of got Kyle. I'll let you start. Who'd you pick and why?
Samaj. I don't feel like we've had a big problem with that recently, but Samaj relies on all of us for transportation. So if he doesn't get up early enough for one of us to pick him up, I don't think he'd make it.
That's what I was going to say. Samaj, if you don't know him, doesn't have a car. So we always are his like ride and his rock basically. So if he's not up early enough, then he doesn't get to go there because he wouldn't have a ride.
Yeah, I said Jackson because I feel like sometimes Jackson doesn't make smart decisions at night. So you might be up really later the night before. And
I see that. There was one time during fall camp, we had like 8 a.m. practice or something, and I checked my phone. I wake up the next morning, I like a snap from Wick at like 3 a.m. He was just stewing, like leaving again.
I picked Wick as well. I have to agree with Adrien. But like he says to show honor, I'm going to defend myself. And they said I rely on them, and I agree with that, but that's why I'll be so locked into waking up early to ensure that I have a right.
I like that. Show of honor, defend yourself. Well, that's all I have for that. So we'll ask the last question. We ask this to everybody that comes on Hawk Talk. What does DSU mean to you?
For me, it's like it's a big family atmosphere, and we talk about it a lot with football, but it's more than that. You know, being here, this is my 9th semester. I'm starting to like try to apply for jobs, and I've reached out 4 or 5 times, 4 or 5 different people here on campus. People that I sent an email this morning to somebody that was one of my classes professors like 4 years ago and doesn't even work here anymore, and they still answered within like 20 minutes. You know, so it's like I know I can walk in any office, and they'll give me their full attention. They'll help me out, pull strings on all their resources. I have a lot of great mentors here, and that's probably the biggest meaning to me. Is that family atmosphere of having all those people that I know have my back and really care about me and want the best for me.
I think that there's a sense of togetherness. You know, we're a smaller school, I'd say. So the fact is that we all know each other, really. So I guess that there's like Kyle said, like a family kind of atmosphere here, and that's probably the biggest thing for me.
I think DSU, for me, is just being selfless. Like, it's selflessness in general. Everyone in this community is for each other. Dickinson, whether it be athletics or school, the Heritage Foundation, like everyone cares about each other, and no one is just trying to better themselves. They're always trying to better everyone around them, and I really like that about DSU. I think that's made me a better person too.
yeah, I think DSU is a faithful community. Like everybody's got each other's back. Like similar to what everybody else has been saying. Like I think everybody here is in support of all the students and all the staff and all the faculty, and everybody's rooting for each other. We all want to see everybody win, and I think that's huge, and that just it's contagious. It's a good contagious spirit that just goes around.
Yeah, they pretty much all hit it on point. I'd have to add like the opportunities that you have coming to DSU. Like I didn't know anything about North Dakota, like nothing besides that. It gets really cold here, but with coming to DSU really opened my eyes that there was a lot of opportunities once you get out of your comfort zone. And I don't want to go back home after I'm done with school here, so I never thought I'd be living in North Dakota, but looks like I will be after this.
Awesome. Well, that's all I have for you guys. Any final remarks? Anything you guys want to say to the people before we head out?
Be there on Saturday.
Be there on Saturday. Big game against Dakota State. Get there early. Tailgate's going to be packed. Stands are going to be packed. Beer garden's going to be packed. It's going to be a good time. Yeah, that's everything from me. I'm Xander Beeson. We'll see you guys next week.
What's up, Hawk fans? I'm Cheyenne Jacobs here with your weekly recaps. Let's get into it. Baseball split a pair of games going 1-1 on the road against Bismarck State, and they are back in action this week against Mayville State. Cross country continues their season this week with a competition at their conference preview invite, and that is on the 10th, so good luck, runners. Men's and women's golf head to Hawley, Minnesota this week to finish up their fall season at a tournament hosted by Mayville State. Volleyball had a weekend in Scott Gym, knocking off number 24 Carroll College in an exciting and intense game. They are back in action this week at Bellevue on the 10th and Dakota State on the 11th. And then, of course, football put forth a great effort against Mayville State this past weekend on the road, but lost in triple overtime with a score of 34-32. But they are back in action this week at home to celebrate homecoming and 100 years of football at the BAC. We want to fill the BAC with as many Blue Hawk fans as we can, so head out to tailgate at 10 a.m., see your Hawks walk at 11 a.m., and then kick off at 1 p.m. against the lesser DSU Dakota State. We wish all the Blue Hawks good luck in their competitions and activities this week, and as always, Hawks are up.